Hello everybody, Andrew here from the Movie Maniacs, and you clicked on this video because it's time for the Dancing with Zombies commentary. Carter's already done Beast and Midnight Priority, and I've already done Paranormal Squad, so it is time to do Dancing with Zombies. This was my first short film. I do consider Paranormal Squad as a full-length film, because it's 45 minutes. That's, I think, close enough to call it a full movie. But anyway, this is my first short film. I entered this into my school's film festival. Did end up winning Best Comedy. The cut you're about to see is actually the one I used for the film festival. On this channel, I have one where it doesn't have any copyright music, but it's horrible. So I'm using the cut that has all the copyright music and is amazing compared to the other one. But if you haven't seen that the original cut, the one with all the copyright music, go check out my channel. It's my second channel. A lot of you guys probably don't know what it is. It's Andrew Knows All Films. It will be in the description below, and that has all my films just laid out on that channel. And yeah, if you haven't seen the film before, I'd say you just go watch that. But if you want the inside scoop, and if you have seen the film, this is the video for you. And just quick last thing, I think this is probably my worst film. Honestly, it was just rushed. I really wrote the script really fast. I filmed this in a couple days, so it is rushed. But there is redeemable qualities. I will talk about them in the commentary. Without further ado, this is the commentary for Dancing with Zombies. Okay, so here we have the opening logo, like we have in all of our films. Our company, Excalibur Studios. Nothing special there. And then like I said, my Paranormal Squad commentary, my old production company. I normally don't do that anymore because I think it's just kind of cheesy and pointless. And then here's our title screen, Dancing with Zombies, playing one of my favorite 80s songs. Yeah, it's just a great song. And we get our four main guys here. I am reading a Hulk comic book Carter gave to me. And yes, the scene right here is very very quiet, because we were in a gym, and I did not tell them as a director to project their voices enough, and ended up making them being very, very quiet. So I wish it never ended up that way. And the music is kind of choppy. Like it does work that the music gets quieter when they talk, but I wish it was just more fluid, where it's like up and down, because if they just become silent, you cannot, the music gets really loud, and then when they stop talking, it's like really, it's just kind of all crazy. And there's Dave Nelson, Falcon J Cinema, being the DJ. He has a bunch of roles in this film, it's just cameos. And that is, yeah, that is my hand right there. That was not actually filmed on the day, but I wanted to add it in there, of him putting the putting it in the jukebox. And here's Carter gonna pull some moves. And when we showed this at our school's film festival, this really got a big laugh. And so basically we filmed it for like a minute straight dancing, and then I just cut it together and then put in different parts of the song to make it seem like he was dancing for the whole 3 minutes. But we didn't make him do it for 3 minutes. And that punch right there is inspiration from the Grand Budapest Hotel. I always thought that was funny when they do that. The punches in the movie, they look super fake. That added the comedy, and it did. People laughed. Good pan right there over my character.
Hello, I'm Christopher. I like long walks on the beach, full house, ping pong, the pond.
I am truly a nerd in this film. And from that is David again. He's playing my dad in the film, being, you know, at the party. And what looks like a big camera he's holding was actually his lunchbox, but it really does actually show on this as looks like a camera. So it really worked out. So yeah, the dialogue right here is so quiet. I really could not fix it in post. Yeah, I really couldn't do anything about it. It was so annoying. But the rest of the film, it's fine. It's just this one opening scene.
I mean, come on, guys. He's wearing a freaking sweater.
Some of the comedy that I wish would have hit didn't, because no one could hear it. so I wish that was better.
That's that.
Kevin, I just gotta say that your hair is wicked.
Thanks, Bridget. The hair took forever to ramp
And
after every
the
year,
intentions
so I
writing the script for his character
You're a model?
was to have like brighter blue hair, but you really can't tell in this film that he has different hair color. I mean, you kind of tell, but it's not. It's really dark purple, and I wanted it to be a lighter blue, but I couldn't find anything really like bright blue. So yeah, people really couldn't tell. Talking to people that he actually had all this hair coloring change to his hair, which he did, even if you can't tell. Oh, here's the zombie outbreak here. And there's him holding the hamburger, and you've seen the film, you know that's the outcome of why everyone turns into zombies. And I really wanted to make, I should have, the biggest problem I have is that I really didn't hide what kind of was the cause. I mean, I could put it slightly in the background, but I really put it at the forefront. I mean, it's clearly that's what it is, so there's really no surprise. And there is James. You've seen him in some of Falcon J. Simmons movies if you've seen him. But I like that shot. And here we start getting a little bit louder on the footage.
This is not happening. This is not happening.
There's the zombies. And that scream right there is genuinely mine. I just screamed as high pitched as I could, and it actually worked out pretty well. I'm sure I scared some people in the building. And here we are in the bathroom.
I don't know about you guys.
Don't know if we could film in there now I look back at it, but we did. Rebels.
Away from those things, right?
That's the point. What are those things? I mean, we know
And in this film, we do have some good acting at times, but overall, with the rushed script I wrote and the acting, it's all over the place. It's really all over the place. And if you heard right there, that was an Easter egg to Paranormal Squad.
You know, you might be onto something. You dead? No.
You know, I think Christopher has a point for once.
Yes!
And see, there's comedic moments in the film I am proud of, but overall, I think Paranormal Squad is a lot funnier film because I actually took time to make that film, and
Why did it affect us?
I think a lot of the comedy doesn't hit. But then again, I did win Best Comedy at my school's film festival for this film. I think, and during the whole film, people were just laughing. I mean, just like hysterically. And
You're usually good at science, right?
I do want to think that at the film festival, people that have a good time. They'll laugh at basically anything, and that's true. I do understand that, and some of it was actual funny parts. But looking back at it, it's not. I can do better at comedy. I really can.
And Craig, you like to be around people and be a role model, correct?
Yeah, no.
Well, that works out great, guys. There's something else out there. Something we really.
This is a little epic monologue.
And do you think we're gonna stand amongst urinals when this all throws down?
And that right there is genuinely Carter peeing, and that is, it's not fake. It's not a sound effect. That's literally him.
As I was saying, this is our night.
So we did some things maybe we shouldn't probably show in a film, but we did it. We did it.
Craig, you're going to go out there and save as many people as you can. Take them out of the building and bring them to safety.
What are you talking about?
Christopher, you're going to examine what's going on and find a scientific reason on why this is happening.
So this scene right here, I think, is the most bland part I've ever made in a film. It's just plot. It's just set up. There's nothing exciting here. It's drawn out, boring. Which I could have figured out a way to figure this out, but I never said it. I just really did it quick. Wrote the script quick. Busy with school. I don't know. It was a mess. I do enjoy this movie, but it's definitely my worst, and I'll be very honest to it. But this is the best part of the film, so I love this part. This is Working for the Weekend, one of the best 80s songs as well. Yeah, it's epic. Especially Carter scenes in this are the best. Yeah, it's awesome. I think Carter is the best character in this film. Most fleshed out, best acting across the board, so good job on his part. And then if you look in the background, he's technically at the same time he should be in the background running, but we didn't have him, so Continuity, guys, not on point. And so this scene is very confusing for people, and I understand. I did film it bad, but this guy right here is not a zombie. He's just some guy that's really high, dancing, and Chris Zach's job right there, I can't remember his name in the film. Zach Mitchell, you might remember him from Obliterate, but his job is to just get people out of the building. So people are really confused why this guy's just dancing by himself. What's going on? That's really what it is. And then we have our zombies. We have Cinephile Nick right there, and Angel Garcia. Both them were in Paranormal Squad, if you recognize them. And here is technically Carter jumping off that top and jumping down, and this, yeah, hardcore. And some of those punches are genuinely punches, which I said, you know, if you had to do it, you have to do it. And this is my one a little effect there, 80s touch. So I mean, there's parts of this where, I mean, I really did, it doesn't show in this movie, but I did look up, try to study the 80s and their culture and what they wear, and I mean, I really did. If it doesn't show in this movie, I do understand, but I did put a lot of work into this movie. Not script-wise, I'll be honest there. And the kid in the blue hair, I can't remember, they're all wooden characters, that's why I can't remember their names. But his character is the most bland in the movie. There's just no point for him to be there. I'd say the most interesting and cartoonized characters, probably. Yeah, I'd have to say that. And so this scene didn't work out as much as I wanted to. I wanted him to, like, the door to open right away as he killed the zombie, but it didn't, so I had to kind of make it up. But this, I love this right here. I'm really proud of this. Grabs the broom and just goes ham on these zombies. And this is, I think we only did this in 2 takes, and this was the second take, and so this really worked out really well. I mean, we choreographed it, of course, but we nailed it pretty quick. And so the Science Resource Center was locked, and that was the intention of him to go through files and find the actual papers. But, yeah, it was locked, so we just had to show, like, time went by, which it worked because the song was fading out anyway.
Am I the only one that doesn't know?
So that line right there was really long, so I had to just hold the script and say it, which it looked like it was my research and stuff. But the science thing he does say was actually me looking. I looked it up, and if really technical speaking of a zombie apocalypse, that's what it was. Like, what would happen to someone if a zombie apocalypse happened? So that was me going through my school science book and trying to use the scientific words to explain a zombie apocalypse. So it's not me just picking up random science words. And there's one of my great zooms. That's my comedy, guys. Like The Office and Parks and Recreation.
Have a nice dance.
Those awkward zooms.
Oh, having a great time, but we have some urgent news.
And here's Ethan.
Well, I am the superintendent.
He's great in this movie too.
The food the school put out for the dance is highly dangerous and is turning people into zombies.
Boys, have you been reading
his character was a little bit inspired by Donald Trump. Honestly, I mean, it doesn't totally show, but that's how he envisioned himself when he did it.
They're made of 100% cow real. They taste good.
And the reason why I did like like school food and how bad it is, I think it's just an on-running joke between everybody. And
the food is the least of our.
It just was always struck me it'd be funny if like zombie apocalypse, what happened to them? Oh, there's all these reasons, but what would the last thing you think of is school food poison these kids and turning them into zombies. It's the last thing you would think of, but it's school food. You can totally see where that would happen.
Try this. Okay, here's your proof.
So the burger that that is in the film. Not the one he ate, is actually one from the school. I bought it at lunch that day, and I kept it in my locker. So we never wanted to eat that actual burger. So that is genuinely what our burgers at our school look like. But then, yeah, when he actually eats it, it's a McDonald's hamburger we filmed later in the day. That's some zombie makeup there. Yeah, that looks pretty close to him actually hitting him.
Well,
care of him.
We did get close to hitting him though, one of the shots, and we didn't end up using that one.
It was a perfect move on your part.
Well, only in a movie would something that convenient play out.
Breaking the fourth wall right there.
But
And if you didn't notice, Zach right there is wearing a Ben 10 shirt. I don't know if we have any Ben 10 fans out there. I didn't really realize that was the kind of shirt he's wearing until later. I didn't even realize there was a 10 on the shirt until later in the filming. We just had to keep it consistent. He had to wear the shirt. But I don't really like that's what he's wearing because in the 80s, Ben 10 didn't exist. At least in my mind, I don't really know all about Ben 10.
Christopher, you're telling me in 15 minutes you created the cure to the zombie outbreak? Nice job, man.
Awkward. Right there. I just love those awkward, quiet shots. That's always my favorite kind of shot you can do.
20 minutes until the comic book store opens. I say we can hurry down there in time.
And this,
There's dead bodies
the
all
length
over
of film,
the school.
is because it's a short film contest at our school. It has to be 15 minutes or less. So this movie could have really used some extra timing. But you know, it had to be shortened. And this is another great 80s song. This is a lot of. If you do listen, I'm not going to go into depth to all of them, but a lot of the songs that are played in this movie are some of my favorites from the 80s, but also have meaning to what's actually happening. Like, this is Let's Dance. It's not a lot of meaning, but Dancing with Zombies, Let's Dance, it's kind of fits with the mood. But, like, you can watch through it. There actually is a reason for what's these songs I picked. Very inspired by James Gunn and the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtracks. And this is the same. I didn't really know what I wanted to do for the credits, so I did exactly what I did for Paranormal Squad. So I guess that's just how I do comedy credits. This one I didn't have like a huge cast. Dancing with Zombies or Paranormal Squad had a bigger cast. Obliterate also had a bigger cast, but yeah, that is Dancing with Zombies for you guys. So that was the Dancing with Zombies commentary. Like I said, this is probably the film I like the least. I do think Paranormal Squad is a lot funnier and more well made, even though I should have improved as a director, going from one to the other. But next commentary I'll be doing is Obliterate, and I think that's my best film. I really did a lot more work and learned from all my mistakes with this film, and proved him on that one. So later in the week, Carter and I will do Endless Night, the film we did together last Halloween, and that'll be a lot of fun. More videos are coming out all the time, so make sure to give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't, because you don't want to miss another video from us. And thank you so much guys for watching. You guys are literally the best. See you next time.